Am I audible, Arishita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what is this water level indicator of electronic? Right. So, in your tanki, you have water tanks, right? So, in that tanki, you will have. So, whenever the water reaches at the top, then you hear some sound, right? That water level is full, and then you have to just switch off your motor. So this alarm you hear, right, Nishita? Yeah. So that is the same working model as this water level. So you have a tank, right, and it has a certain level. So let's say that this is the ground level, or let's say that this is 25% of the tank, right? And then this is, let's say that this is 50%, this is 75%, and this is the top level. So yeah, this is the device that is set up. And then I guess that you have to buy these. So this is the transistor, this is the resistor of certain type, and this is another resistor. This is the what the three pins, and this is the transistor, and then this is the switch, and these are the LED. So these you will have to buy from the market. So do you have any electronic market nearby where you?
No, sir.
Okay, so then, because you see that this is the model. Let me put that. Yeah, so this is the working model, right? And these are the connection that you have to make, right? So you will also need some. This is welding material. So yeah, you see that these are the water level indicators. Let me switch off. Yeah. So this you have to make. Or what you can do is that, yeah, so, yeah, so you will see that whenever water reaches at certain levels, these light will, right. So whenever it reaches the maximum, and then it will, so the sound will be, right. So this is the water level indicator, electronic device that you have to make, right. So I will send you the link. Either you can make on your own, or you will find some already built up material on in the Amazon. So you can also buy it from them, right? So I will send the Amazon link also, and this link also. So if you can find all these materials, you can make on your own, or you have already built up material. Right, Rishta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is. Let me share the link for this if you want to make on your own, and I will send the this is the Amazon part. I will check that out and I will send the link. Okay. Shubha. Yeah. So did you get the link, Rishita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So who came and left? Did Akib come and left? Yes. So who was the other guy who joined and then left?
So Learnivio itself.
Okay, Lord, let's go. Okay. So then I guess it's already 10 minutes, 11 minutes have passed, so we should start. And whenever you find any problem, right? So you can talk about that also. And Afaf, did you get any assignment also?
Sir, I don't know. 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 S
Yeah, your voice broke here in the middle. What did you say?
Sir, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Okay, then.
I checked for physics. I guess I still didn't.
Yeah, so if you get and if you want to discuss that with me, you can discuss. Okay. And about the general relativity and black holes. So just Google that and yeah, make a small, not so many pages. 5 to 6 pages would be enough. Okay. Yeah. So let me share my screen. So in the previous class, Appa, you were not there, only Rishta was there, right? Dakir is not, you have to complete this syllabus and if you guys come, then it will be difficult. So,
I was not there, sir, in the previous days.
yeah, in the previous class, you were not there, but we only talked about, okay, so we only talked about the distance and displacement. So what I will do is that I will just talk about in brief I will talk about distance and displacement, and then I will talk about speed, average speed, and distance. Okay. So we have a moving body, right? With respect to certain frame of reference, the body is moving. So it will have some certain activity, right? Let's say that a body is at A point and it is moving and it has B.
So you started motion in a straight line or plane?
Yeah, I have started with motion in a straight line. So I am only talking about motion point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then the physical quantities that are associated with the properties of this motion, those we'll study about. First is the distance. Right? So distance is the total path. I will talk very total path. Right. So let's say that a body was traveling from here and in this way it came and let's say this one. So we have three paths. Right. So the distance from A to B, when he has covered this distance from this path, or when he has followed this path, so this would be the distance. Okay. And when he has covered this path, when he has followed this path, so this would be the distance, total distance. Okay. And when that person here has followed this path, so then this would be the total. Right. So distance is total path, but displacement is displacement talks about the shortest path between initial and final. So this we have discussed. Okay. So let's say that this is the initial point and this is the final point. So what is the shortest path between A and B? This
A,
car
the first one.
first one, right? So this is the shortest path. So this would be the okay. This is a scalar quantity. This is a vector quantity. So this will require only magnitude. This will require magnitude and direction. Okay. So this we have already talked about. Let me ask you a question. Whether you have understand or vector or not. Let's say that a body is moving. A body is moving the let's say so. This is north, and then this is south. This is east, and so a body started from some point. It has moved 3 kilometers right? 3 kilometers, and then it starts to move in the north at this point. So, and let's say that it moves 4 kilometers north, right? So, what would be the distance? Let's say this is point. So, what would be the distance apart? Yes. What would be the distance apart? A body starts from here, it moves in the east direction for 3 kilometers. And then it changes its direction and moves north 4 kilometers. So,
7
what is the
kilometers.
total? Yes,
7 kilometers.
7 kilometers. Right, so this is the distance. And if I represent the position of this object or of this person, so what would be the position of this person?
3,4.
3,
comma
4.
Right, and if I want to write the position vector of this person, what would be that?
K.
No, in X direction I have moved from
3 I cap plus 4 J cap.
3 I cap plus 4 J cap.
right. So this is how much I have. So this will represent the displacement, right? And what would be the magnitude of the displacement? So this is the magnitude. We can, yeah, we can either just calculate this distance by Pythagoras theorem, right? By Pythagoras theorem, we can calculate. So this is 3, this is 4, this AC displacement would be AC. Right, displacement is AC, which is 5 kilometers. Or we can use the magnitude of this vector. So this is the displacement vector, right?
Yes.
So we can also calculate the magnitude, and magnitude of R would be how much? Root of
5.
dx square.
Under root A, 3s 3 square plus 4 square.
So this will also give you 5. Right, so we can use any of the methods to calculate. Either we can write a vector of this displacement, right? Or we can just calculate the shortest path. So this was about the distance and displacement.
So can we use the Pythagoras theorem in this case? Or
Of course, because the magnitude of this AC is the displacement, right? What is the shortest distance between A and C? This is, right? This is the shortest distance. So this is the hypotenuse of this ABC triangle. So we can also use, as you said, the hypotenuse of AC, which is both AB square and B square plus. So this will also give you 5. So we can use any method, right? Either the vector method or the shortest path. Understood, guys?
Understood.
Yeah. And if somebody asks you what is the direction of the displacement, so the direction of displacement would be how much? This is the theta, right? So tan theta would be how much? 4 by 3. So theta would be tan inverse 4 by. So the direction of this displacement would be direction is theta equals to this much with the horizon. Or I can also write theta equals to tan inverse 4 by 3. And this is which distance? This is northeast. This direction is northeast, right? So I can also write tan inverse, or this would be the direction of my. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this part we did in. So are you guys noting this part? So let's skip that, and now let us come to the third quantity, which is speed. Okay. So speed has two types, right? Let me draw this tree diagram. So we have two kinds of difference. One is this uniform, right? And then you have this average. Then you have this non-uniform. Okay. So uniform speed means that let's say that you have you start from A point, right? And then you come to this B point, and then you come to this C point, and then you come to this D point. So at this point, you start your velocity was your speed was, let's say, 20 kilometer per second, right? And then at this point, your speed is also 20 kilometer per second. And at this point, your speed is also 20 kilometer per second. So this type of speed will be called uniform speed. Is that clear? Is that clear, Amaf and Vishita?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
And then you
Yes.
have this non-uniform speed. So for non-uniform speed, yeah, we have kinds of. One is this average speed, and then you have this instant. So we will talk about these speeds at some point. So first, let us talk about uniform. So what is uniform speed? When a body covers equal distance in an equal interval of time. Then that speed is called uniform, right? And speed, speed is how? Speed is simply distance by time, right? So, and what is the SI unit of uniform speed? This would also be meter per second. Okay, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, then you have, so this part is not that important. The second part, which is more important, non. So first, you guys note down this part. Okay, you guys note down this part, and then talk about non. So whenever you guys want me to slow down the speed, guys, Yes, should I scroll down the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, done, guys.
Yes, sir.
Done. Okay, so what is non-uniform? So let's say that I start my journey, let's say at I am at point, and then I go to point B, and it took me 2 hours, so I reached at this point at 5. And then I again move to point C, right? So let's say that I'm moving from this is some place in Delhi, right? So I'm at Connaught Place, and then I reach to Rajpat Nagar, and then some other place. Okay, some other place C at let's say 7, and then I go to point D, right, at 9. So at this point, my speed was let's say 30 kilometers per hour. Okay, and then at this point, my speed was let's say 40 kilometers per hour. Okay. And let's say at this point, my speed was, let's say, 25. Okay. And at this point, my speed was, let's say, 50 kilometers. Okay. So if I watch my clock, right, and if I measure the speed at this point, right, so you can see that if I measure my speed of the car or whatever I am traveling with, right? So this would be called the instantaneous, right? And you can see that in this journey, my speed is changed. So let's say at in 2 hours time, my speed increased, right? And at this point, my speed decreased, and at this point, my speed increased. So you can see that my speed is changed, right?
Yes.
So these kind of motion will be called non-uniform. Whenever at equal interval of time, my position or my distance is changing, right? With equal interval of time, then that kind of speed will be called non. So my speed is changed. If I was traveling right like this way, so if I was traveling like this way, let's say that at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. and at 7 p.m. and at 9. So my speed was let's say 30 kilometer per hour, again 30 kilometer per hour, again 30 kilometer per hour, and again 30 kilometer per hour. So this would be called a uniform speed,
Uniform speed.
right? But at these points you will see that my speed is changing. So this will be called,
Uniform speed.
yeah, this will be called a non-uniform. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first let us write about the definition, and then we'll talk about the average speed and then the instantaneous. So what is the definition? That where a body covers an equal distance in an equal interval of time. Right. So then it is called non-uniform or vice versa. Vice versa, meaning that if a body covers equal distance in unequal interval of time, right? So the time is different and it covers equal distance. Then that would also be called a non, right? Is that clear, guys? Yes, is that clear?
Sir, it is.
Yeah. And then SI unit is also for non-uniform speed. This is speed again. This would be also. Okay. So there are two crucial points for non-uniform speed. One is the average speed, and the other is the instantaneous. Okay. So if I talk about the speed at any instant, right? Let's say that I want to talk about the speed at this point, B, right? So speed at B point. Then it would be called what kind of speed? Yeah.
Average speed.
Yeah. So I am calculating the speed at a particular point. Let's say that if I reach at this point B and then I saw the speedometer and then I want to know about my speed. So at this point, I want to know about my speed. And let's say that I want to know about my speed at this point, at a particular point, at a particular instant, I want to calculate my speed. So that would be called the instantaneous. Understood? Is that clear? So whenever I talk about in a non-uniform speed, in a non-uniform motion, whenever I talk about the speed at any instant, at a particular point, so that would be called what? Yeah, that would be called what? Nishita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so whenever I want to calculate the speed at a particular point, at an instant, so that would be called what?
Instantaneous speed.
Instantaneous.
And whenever I calculate the speed throughout the journey, right? The cumulative speed throughout the journey. So that would be called
Average speed.
yeah. So speed throughout the journey. So that is called the average. Okay, so this is average speed is defined like so this is the total distance covered by the total time taken. Okay. So the formula is total distance by total time. So let's do some questions and then we will be able to answer. What did you guys understand about the logic of this average speed and instantaneous? Right? Did you guys understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's say that I am point A. Okay, and let's say that I reach point B and then I reach point C and then I reach point. And the total distance between these points is, let's say, 80 kilometers, right? And let's say that to reach from here to here, I take let's say 30, 30, 30 minutes. Okay, and to reach B to C, I take let's say 1 hour. Okay, and then to reach from here to here, I take, let's say, or let me write it as simple. Or let's say, and at this point, let's say my speed was, let's say, 20 kilometers per hour. And at this point, my speed was, let's say, 30 kilometers per hour. And let's say at this point, my speed was, let's say, 15 kilometers per hour. And at this point, 25. Okay. So, what would be my average distance throughout the journey? Average speed. What would be my average speed?
Distance by the total time taken.
Yeah, total distance by total time. Okay. So total distance is how much? 80. Right?
130.
80.
Yeah, 80, 80. 130.
80.
And then what is the total time? So 30 minutes, which is 0.5 hours. Right. And then we
Like
have
3 hours.
this. Yeah.
3 hours.
3.5. 3.5. Right. So 80 by 3.5. And when I to cancel this decimal, so 10 will come here. Right. This is how. 7 and so 160 by 7 kilometer per hour. Is that clear? So this is my average. Okay. Is this clear?
So it's
Yeah. Okay. So in this question, you saw that what was given, the distance was given. Right. Let's don't bother about this. Let's remove all these. Okay. Only the time and distance is given. Is that clear, guys? Yeah. Is that is this clear, guys? Yes, Rishita and Afa.
Yes.
Yeah. So in this question, only the time and distance is given. Then we calculated the average speed by just calculating the total distance and divide by total time. So you guys first quickly note it down, and then I will talk about other type of question in average. Okay, so where should I put the screen guys? Is this part non-uniform part? Yeah. Is this part good? Should I put the screen in here? Yes. Yes, guys. You guys want to note it down.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So is this good? Where should I place the screen? Is this good? Okay, so whenever you guys want to scroll down the screen, you guys and then we'll talk about another type of question in the average. Yeah, should I scroll down the screen now?
So I have a doubt.
Yes, yes.
If there are two distance given, like, can you scroll down the question?
Yeah.
Yeah. The till the point C it is 80 kilometers. Then after point C, the distance changes, like for example to 10 kilometers. So then how should we calculate it?
Yeah. So average speed to calculate average speed is right. So let's say that from A to B, let's say from A to B it is 10 kilometers, right? And let's say from B to C it is 20 kilometers, right? And let's say from C to D it is 30 kilometers. And let's say that it takes let's say 1 hour to reach here. It takes 2 hours to reach here, and it takes 3 hours, right? So then the average speed would be what? Average speed would be total distance. Total distance is how much? AB plus
AB plus BC plus C. Yeah.
and then total time is how much? 1 plus 2 plus.
In this
Right.
type of question, we'll not use instantaneous speed.
Yes, we will not use instantaneous.
Why?
So because because the instantaneous speed is about the speed at an instant. So when a person asks you that what would be the speed at this instant, right? You don't know about
Yes.
the time at this point, and you don't know about the distance at. So whenever you are given something like this, so whenever you are given a distance, which is some function of time, right? So then you can talk about the instantaneous speed or instantaneous velocity. So yeah, because if you want to calculate the speed at an instant, then you need to know about the time at this point and then the distance at. Then you would be able to calculate, right? But whenever your journey is given like in discrete form, so at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point, you don't know about the middle point, right? You know about this point, so then you can calculate the instantaneous speed at this point. But you don't know about the mid journey, right? So in this way, or at this point, we will talk about average. Okay, whenever your journey is written in the discrete point, discrete meaning that part by part you know the journey. Okay, is that clear? And when you know about the
Yeah.
continuous, yeah, when you know about the continuous journey, so you know that how your distance is changing with respect to time. So let's say that I have given you this form. Let's say square plus 4, right? So I have given you some distance, which is function of what? Time, right? So then you can calculate my distance at, let's say, 2 seconds. So then you can always calculate my distance at particular instant, right? So then I can talk about the instant. Whenever I know the journey in parts, then I cannot talk about the. Whenever I know about the continuous journey, so let's say that this is some time graph, and let's say that this is the x graph, and you know about the continuous journey, how your speed is changing, how your position is changing with time. This is the continuous graph. Then you can tell about the instantaneous. Is that clear to you? Yeah, I will.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I will come at this point a little, but you guys first note down this point. Come at instantaneous speed at some point. So, did you guys note down this part?
Yes, sir.
And this question, did you guys note it down? Yeah, did you guys note down this question? Yes, you guys note down this question. Rishita and Fab, did you guys note down this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you understood that whenever in this average speed type of question, you are given the times and distance, right? In this question also. So in this question, you are given. Let's say you have a question like this: at A point and at B point and at C point, right? So let's say that it takes 1 hour and it takes 4 hours to reach it. So this is 20 kilometers. This is 50 kilometers. So then we can simply calculate the average speed.
AP plus BC.
Right. So 20 plus 50 by 1 plus
70 by 5.
so 70 by 5. So this is how 14 kilometers per hour. Right. But in some question, what they will do is that they will give you some different speeds. So let's say that at this point, the speed is v1. Okay, and at this point, so the speed is okay. So yeah. So it started from here. The speed was v1. At this point, the speed is let's say. So then they will ask you that the continuous from here to here, the speed is v1 from here to here. Okay. And the timings will be given. So let's say that this is t1 time, and let's say that this is time. Okay. So then they will ask you that what would be the average speed. And they will say that this is the same distance as this one. So in the question, they will ask that the half journey traveled with v1 speed and half journey traveled with v2. Right. So is this clear, guys? What is given here? Yeah. What is given here?
First, the velocities and the time taken.
Yeah. Velocity then time taken in speed. And let's say that the distance is, let's say, A to B is this is O1 or P1. So let's say that the total distance is let's say 8 kilometers, right? And this is 4 kilometers, and this is 4 kilometers. So this is the half journey that. Okay. So in this question, what they will say that, let's say that a boy or a person starts from A point with v1 velocity, right? To complete the half journey. Let's say this is B and this is. So from A to B, it moves with v1 speed. And from B to C, it moves with v2 velocity, v2 speed. Then the distance is the same. So AB is equal to BC. Then we need to calculate what would be the average. So is this clear, guys? Is this question clear?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So let's say that this is x distance, right? This distance is x. So what would be this distance? BC? Yeah.
T2 plus T1 minus X.
No. So the journey, this is the half journey. So let's say that this was 2x, right? So this would be x, this would be half.
X.
X, right? So
X.
yeah, so average speed is how much? Total distance. Yeah, total distance covered by total time.
So how do we know if it's the same time?
Yeah, this will, yeah, they will give you this type of question that let's say that they complete half the journey, half the distance from this speed and half the distance from different. They will give you that. So let's say that this kind of question also. Let's say that you are going from A to B, right? So a person starts from A and reaches B with let's say 40 kilometer per hour, right? And then it comes back with let's say 20 kilometer per hour. So you can see that the journey is the same, distance is the same, right? Is this clear, Ishta?
Yes, sir.
So you can see that the journey is the same. So then you need to calculate the average, right? So you see that you are given two different speeds, right? So this is the ongoing and this is the return. So the distance is the same. So in here also, let's say that you move V1 speed to reach B and then the other half with V2 speed. So then you need to calculate the average speed. So now is this question clear? It will be given in the question that the distance of distances are the same. We will just write that let's say that this is 2 points, right? And they will just divide these 2 points in two parts. So this is the half journey, and this is the other half, rest of it. So this would be the let's say this is total 2x distance. So this would be x and this, right? Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the total distance would be how much? X plus x.
X plus X.
Okay. And time. So you guys know that how time, distance, and speed is related. What is time? Or what is speed? Yes,
Distance by time.
distance by time. Right. So then we can calculate what is time. Time would be distance by speed.
Speed.
Right. So in here, total time would be how much? T1 plus T. Right. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So now we can write this T1 with respect to this distance and this speed. So can you guys tell me how much would that? Yes. How much would that be?
X plus
X, X by,
X by
yes. What? Speed is what? For this A, yeah,
V1 plus V2.
X by V1 only, right?
V1.
And what is T2?
X by V2.
X by. Is that clear, Ishita and Afaf?
Yes.
So this would be 2x
Yes.
divided by, we take the LCM, right? V1, V2. And in this part, V2 cancels, so this is V2x. And in this part, V2 cancels, so we have 1. Right. So this will become how much? So this is 2x and x is common here. So x1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v2. So this v1, v2 will go where? In the topmost part, right? So we will have 2x and v1 divided by x v1 plus. So this x will cancel, and we will have 2 1 v2 by v1 plus. So this is what we will get. Yeah. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
please,
that is clear.
you guys note it down, and then we'll talk about it. So these type of questions, where you will be given the half journey speed and the other half journey speed, right? So then you will need to apply the average speed would be simply yeah. So you guys first put it down and then. So guys, there will be a class assessment test after this class. Okay. So you guys have all your Learnivio account, right? So
Yes.
yeah, you will log in into your Learnivio account, and then you will find some class assessment section. So you go into that section, and then you will see some test activities. So that will be on this distance, displacement, and then this average speed, right? So you guys please take that after this class. So that will tell me how much you guys have learned. Okay. Yeah. Should I scroll down the screen there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Whenever you guys have completed now,
Yes, sir, I completed.
half completed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just let us do one question, and then start the discussion. A body covers half the distance with 20 kilometer per hour, and then other half with, let's say, 40 kilometer per hour. what is the average speed of right? So you see that what is given. We have these journey, right? So a body covers with 20 kilometer per hour. It covers the same distance with 40 kilometer per hour, right?
Yes.
So then we'll apply.
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't know what is the total distance. What we don't know what is the total time. Right. So then what we know is that these distances are equal. Right. So we will apply directly this formula. The average speed. So the average speed is what? Yeah, the average speed would be. So this would be simply 2 v1 v2 by 1 plus. We know v1 is how much? 20 kilometers per hour. v2 is how much?
40.
So this would be 2 into 20.
160 by
Yeah, 20.
60.
So 160 by 60. So by 8 by
8 by 3
kilometers.
kilometer per hour.
So this is the average. Any doubt in this, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, so you guys quickly note it down, and then we will talk about the instant use. So you guys saw that in some questions they will give you the distances and the time taken. So then you guys directly apply the formula, what is the total distance by total time. And then in some question they will give you the speeds, different speeds. So then you guys apply. Yeah, completed, guys.
So for this, how to find the direction?
No, this is a speed only, no velocity.
Okay.
Yeah, I should write not V1, V2, but S1, S2. But guys just understand that because we represent S by distance. So that is why. Yeah, noted. Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Noted. Yes, noted that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I will talk about. So let's say there is one more type of question where the distances are divided in three equal parts. So then this is 1 by third journey, this is 2 by third journey, this is 3 by. So three equal parts. And this part velocity is v1, and this part velocity is v, not the velocity speed. And then this is speed is v. This is x, this is. So the question is that what would be the average? So you guys just yeah, just you guys just try to find out what would be the average. The journey is divided into three equal parts. Okay. Yeah. So now let us talk
We can
about.
use the formula 2 into V1, V2, and V3.
But 2v1, v2 is for the half jet. We have three v1, v2, v3, right? So we cannot
Yes.
use. Yeah. You guys think about it, right? And yeah, so I will talk about in the next class. You guys think about that. How can we get that? Yeah. Okay, the idea would be the same. The idea would be the same, but you guys find out what. So the next topic is instantaneous. It is the rate of change of distance with respect to time. Right. So this speed instantaneous is what this is x, right? Right. So you guys have understood about this. Yeah, you guys have understood about this differentiation, right?
Yes.
So this is d by dt is the differentiation of this, right? So instantaneous speed is simply dx by, where this x is the distance, right? And this rate represents that we are taking the change with respect to time, right? So rate signifies that change with respect to time, right? So this is why that is why we call this. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
in these type of question, they will give you, let's say, the form of the distance. So they will give you like square plus plus 5. So this is the distance function with respect to time. So if I ask you that, what is the instantaneous speed? Okay, this is the first question. Then I can ask you about what is the initial speed. Okay. And then the third question would be that what is the speed at t equals to, let's say, 5 seconds. So you are given the function of distance with respect to time, right? So instantaneous speed we know. What would be instantaneous speed?
dx by dt.
Right. So instantaneous speed is let's try this. Or let us write so dx by, right. And this d by dt and x v, this is dt square plus.
8t square plus 2t plus 1.
So you guys calculate what is the difference, because you guys have learned difference. You guys quickly calculate and tell me the difference. Yes. What did you get, guys? Yes. What did you get? This is a simple differentiation, right? What did you get? Yeah, you can also write it in the chat box. So, what did you get, guys? Yes, any answers? Okay, so let me solve this one and you guys check. So
90 plus.
yeah, 3t square and then d by d. You can use the separate addition, right? So d by d of and d5 by. So what is the differentiation of a constant term?
Yes, constant.
Yeah, so differentiation of a constant term, what is that?
Zero.
Zero. So this is 0. And this constant is taken outside, so d square by plus 2 is taken outside by. So dt by dt is 1, right? And t square differentiation would be how much? So this would be 2t2 minus 1. Right, and this is 1, so only 1. So this would be 6t plus.
6t plus 2.
So this is the instantaneous, right? This is the instantaneous speed. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the initial speed? So initial speed meaning that at the start, right? So at the start, what would be the time? Yeah. At the start, what would be the time?
0.
0. So initial meaning that t is 0, right? So we need to calculate v at right. V at t, we know. V at t is 6t plus 2. So v, this is let's say this is and v at 0 would be 6 into 0 plus
2 seconds.
2 meter per second. Right. So this is the initial speed. And what about the speed at what t equals to 5? So this would be simply v at 5.
32 meters per second.
No, so this would be 6, 5 plus 32, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, correct. So, 30. So this would be the speed at 5. So this was about the instantaneous speed. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guys please note it down and then we'll talk about. So then we'll solve one another question and then we'll talk about. So any doubt after this point?
No, sir.
Please, we'll do one. Okay, should I scroll down the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you guys have finished.
Yes, sir, I'm done.
Done, sir.
Papa,
Done.
okay, so let's do one more question, right? And then, guys, and then I'll start. So let's say that the distance is varying by, let's say, 4, 5 plus 12 plus and time is, let's say this is a meter, right? And time is in seconds. So you guys then calculate instantaneous speed, then also calculate initial speed and speed at t equal to 4. Yeah, just quickly calculate these and tell me the answer. So we have practiced difference, right? This would be not
Sir, once can you scroll up?
yeah. Which part? Yes, is this okay?
Yes, sir, done.
You guys okay, quickly put the question and then. So in your school, Rishita and Abab, they are in 4th or 5th chapter.
Sorry, sir, can you repeat?
Yeah, in your school, they are currently so on what chapter?
6th, work,
Sixth.
power, energy.
Third, sir.
Third.
Motion in a plane.
Okay, so that is 4th. Yeah, it is. Because first chapter is about measurement and all. Second chapter is unit and dimension. Third chapter is this. And fourth chapter is motion plane. Fifth is laws of motion, and sixth is the work. Yeah, so what is the answer, guys? What did you do? One minute. Yes, what is the answer, guys? What did you do?
So first, separate, we have to write it separately.
Yeah,
So d by dt into 4t raised to 5.
yeah. So what did you get? D by dt of 4 and then 5, right? Plus 3 d by
e dt square by d.
and then this is d6 by d. So this is
Constant.
right. So then this would be what? 4. This power is 5.
By
So what would be the answer?
t power 5 minus 1.
t 4 minus 1.
Yeah, but 5 would come here first and then t5 minus 1. Right.
20 power 4 plus
Yeah, and then t
6 power. Not 6.
okay, so 20
60.
t4 and 6.
20 t4 plus 61 by. Not by, sorry.
So is this the answer that you guys
Yes.
okay? So 24 plus 6. This is the instantaneous, right? What is
Initial
the
speed is 0.
0, right? Initial speed is v at 0 is 0. And what is the speed at 4 seconds?
20 into 4 power 4 plus 24. 6 into 4.
So this is our
No, 16 into 16.
yeah. So this is 16 into 16, which is 2. Right. Plus 24. So
Plus
this is our
24.
so this is 5 1 plus 24. So 4 4 1 5.
5146 meters per second.
This is the answer. So now you guys understood about all these average speed, instantaneous speed, and the terms, right? Then you guys have then you have the velocity. Velocity is what? It is the uh, displacement over time. Right. And it is a what? It is a vector quantity. And what is the SI unit? Same as speed, which is meter per. Right. So then the T diagram would be the same. Okay, T diagram would be the same. So velocity would be of two types. One is this uniform velocity, right? Right, so uniform velocity, and then you have non-uniform. Okay. So for the non-uniform case, there would be again two types. One would be average velocity, and then the other one.
Instantaneous velocity.
Instantaneous. Okay. So the same definition of uniform velocity. When a body covers equal displacement, right? When the change of position is seen. So when a body covers equal displacement in equal interval of time, so that is uniform velocity. But when a body covers unequal displacement in equal interval of time, so that is called the non-uniform velocity. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, and then you have this average velocity. So average velocity is what? This is total displacement divided by total time. So just recall that just recall that whatever in the case of average speed, in the case of average speed, what was the average speed?
Total speed by total time taken.
Average speed, total speed.
Total distance by total
Yeah.
time taken.
Yeah, total distance. Now, so average speed was total distance by total time. But the change for the velocity is just total displacement, right? For the case of velocity, it is the total displacement. So we need to also consider about the direction of the distance curve, right? So this is total displacement by total time, and average or instantaneous velocity. So you see that this is a vector. So this would be v instant would be dx, or this would be v instant. So I will stop it here, right? And you guys log into your account, right? So can you guys log into your account? Because Amna ma'am is here, Sana ma'am is here, right? So Sana ma'am has just joined. Learnivio will co-host, and she will govern. So you guys, did you guys log into your account?
Yes, sir.
So can you find the class assessment section?